The lesson.
Oh yeah.
Guess what are some of your fondest memories that you have, as an artist and a contributor of the culture?
So it's really funny. Like, it's not just about music, but I remember. I'll give you two. So one is being in Tarragos with Fugelman, just like endlessly in Tarragos going interstate, and it was like 4 a.m. and we pull into like a rest stop because all these buses are sleeping and I'm driving, and we get out the car and there's this big group of guys there with like camo on, like we're goat hunters. Well, I'm like, dude, just get back in there, get back. Right, it's those really pivotal moments, right, where the weirdest things happen, right? Like the girl coming up to us in Byron Bay, we all get out and we're all like musicians. She's like, can I borrow 50 cents? And it's like, what, why would you go? And so there's one, but the other one was being in New York. And again, I don't want to sound like an idiot, but, being in New York and seeing De La Soul on stage with Tribe Called Quest, and then Prince Paul gets up, and then I turn around and Pharoah Monch is standing behind me. I was like, you're a teeny dude too, like a little teeny man, right? But like, these are, to me, Pharoah Monch is, and I turn around and he's standing behind me. I'm like, g'day mate, how you doing? Like full Aussie style. They're probably just a couple of moments I say, that's sort of endless, like carrying heavy instruments upstairs, Mostyn trying to beat up a guy in Sydney with our DAT player because he didn't mix us well, which is hilarious if you know Mostyn because he's not a violent man, and he's running at him with the DAT player trying to hit him. I'm like, can't do this, dude. We're like on the harbour and stuff. It's endless, but I'm honestly just incredibly thankful to have been able to experience what I experienced and seen what I've seen, and the things that it did to set me up for my other work that I do. Like my bullshit detector is amazing.
Kind of on the flip side, with hip hop being competitive, and from what I gather, it seems to me it was much more competitive, in the 90s period. Dude,
can I just answer that? The funniest thing was there was like 9 rappers in Adelaide, right? Back in the day, we'd have these open mic nights, and no one could freestyle, right? And everyone would have their one verse. And you do it like 3 times the work, and everyone would come up there, Barney B, and there'd be Delta, and there'd be me, and it was like just so crap, right? Like just awesomely crap. I say Austral, I did a night in I'm old, in 90 with Agent 86 Nigel, DJ. So I was like the host, and we'd have open mic night, right? And like there'd be like 9 dudes every week. It'd be like Planet and Muskrat and Barney B, and basically the same dudes every week. And they come out, everyone do the same verse. Like, I'd be like, hey, with that verse again, it's amazing, dude. But again, like there's amazing times, there's amazing friendships formed from all that. But things are different.
Now in that time where it was very battle orientated and competitive,
but at that point it wasn't. We only had 1 verse each. Well, hey, I've got 1 verse, really tough, and it's amazing. It's going to be great.
Well, I mean, like even maybe say like a few years later as things develop,
yeah.
And when there aren't many people doing it, sometimes people are more competitive because there's more chance to be on top.
But also keep in mind, like we'd sit around in rooms, I'd be like Delta and Suffer and Pressure and someone, Callum, myself, Madcap. We'd freestyle for hours. So there was competition, but there was also like learning from each other and growing.
Yeah, friendly competition.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There was no, dude, look, just literally 2 doors down from here. On my birthday, I had someone being stabbed next to me, and I had this brand new shirt that I'd got for my 21st birthday. I'm at a party. I got blood going all out. There was violence between people, right? We had a very bad incident down here with a former band member of ours, so I won't know. He got stabbed, and it was, basically we'd just done a gig, and it was crappy, man. But and often that competition you're talking about didn't find its way into the music; it took us away physically. So dudes would come and like smash shit up at your club, or throw things around, or We had dramas between, I saw Planet and Muskrat the other night, and I was reminding them that there was this giant beef that happened again at my birthday party. I think my 19th birthday party. It was great for birthdays. Where one of our friends and their friend suddenly went each other while we're on stage rapping, and we suddenly had this kind of giant anger between each other. And then Muskrat and I had to kind of make this call and this was where we became great friends. Because I rang him and said, "This is just stupid, isn't it, dude?" And he's like, "This is absolutely stupid, Let's just sort it out. It'll be fine, And everyone else is like, "No, we're gonna do." Often the form of competition took a physical nature, which I found repelling. Personally, I found repelling.
Yeah, but that does, from what I gather, that did seem to be a pretty common thing.
It did. You honestly could rarely have a club night where someone wasn't bashed or everything wasn't tagged the hell out of. And it was incredibly frustrating if you're trying to do a gig and someone's literally being stabbed outside.
And then, so why do you think that, if you look at things now, like you go to a gig and that shit just doesn't really happen here in SA, from at least the gigs that I've gone to in the last few years?
I think people were frustrated, man, and they didn't have outlets, and they weren't very well educated about, kind of going to a concert. A lot of the people I'm talking about who engaged in this behaviour, they were from backgrounds which were really difficult, all that sort of stuff. Like I wasn't from those backgrounds, so I could see it. I think I could see it differently. But people thought, they were listening to hip hop and thinking this was all about punching on and fights and being angry with each other, and there's a lot of rage in hip hop, but there's also a lot of love, right? There's a lot of love, and I think that's personally, I think that's been changed. Also, I think that a lot of the guys back in the day, they're all middle aged, probably in wheelchairs, lurking around somewhere, they don't go out no more. I just think people have learned a different way. But it took a long time to talk to people about this. You can't tag the toilets at every concert because we can't have a concert here again if all the toilet, like the number of times I talk to promoters. But like, you did a concert here and now all the toilets are tagged. It's like, dude, it wasn't us. So I didn't care. You should have let the people in the Texas. So we weren't on the door. You're on the door. These amazing conversations with people, Why don't you guys do more sort of rock and roll stuff? So I think things change, and I hope it's changed. But again, to be honest, I really hope it's changed, but I just don't care. I don't care no more. I'm going to do some concerts for my record release. I don't care about any of this. It's not my problem anymore, man. I'm an older man, and I don't believe in violence. I think violence is a very, very bad thing.
The last 2-7. Oh yeah.